Hey guys, welcome to another makeup and chat video. If you clicked this video because of the title, keep watching because this is an intervention. So you might have clicked this video because you're wondering, how do I get back at my ex? How do I make him regret losing me, or them, if it's not a him? How do I make them regret losing me, and how do I make them come back to me and make them regret that they ever left me? Well, this video is going to be a bit of my personal story and my tips on how you can get back at your ex the right way, not the crazy, petty, jealous way that's going to make them think that they dodged a bullet. The first step. I know everyone is tired of hearing these kinds of messages, but really the best way to get back at your ex is to spend the energy that you're spending thinking about him or her, thinking about them and praying for their downfall, praying for your own success. Yes, that's right. Put that energy, that negative energy you're sending out there, and turn it into positive energy towards yourself and your life. Don't be exactly what you hate about him or them. You hate that they hurt you and you want to hurt them back. You're doing exactly what they did to you. The thing that you hate about them most is the fact that they hurt you and you want to hurt them back. But why would you do that? Because that's not a reflection of your character. Them hurting you is not a reflection of your character. It's a reflection of their character. And I'm going to be saying him a lot because my ex was a man. So yeah. So like, just sending that energy back towards them is not only one, not going to do anything really because he doesn't really care about you anymore. Like, trying to hurt him isn't really gonna hurt him. It's just gonna make you look like a clown. Two, it doesn't actually make you feel better. Do you really think he is gonna feel bad about not being with you anymore if you go on social media and start posting stories with mysterious men and trying to make him jealous, or trying to show him or his friends, hoping that it'll get back to him somehow, that you're out with other men? Like, oh, I'm doing so well. Like, no, you're not doing so well. You're embarrassing yourself. The point is, this isn't middle school. This isn't high school anymore. Posting another mysterious man or trying to make it look like you're having the best time of your life when he's not really even looking, probably, is gonna make you look like a clown, and it's going to make you look immature, and he's going to be like, I dodged a bullet, instead of thinking, wow, I actually lost like an amazing woman and I regret it. You know, you gotta give them space, distance, and, you know, just not let them see you if you want them to think about, I don't know, like, space and distance makes people really reflect and realize what they did lose. Not if you're constantly in their face with the next story of me with a man hanging out in the mall. I don't know. I think it's really stupid. Step 2 is block him. I know it's hard, but you need to block him. You need to block them out of your life, at least for when you're healing and when you're trying to get over it. And this, especially during this phase of wanting to get back at them, wanting to get revenge and hurt them, you need to block them. Because first of all, not blocking them is going to result in you spending way more time and energy on them, even though you're not supposed to be anymore. You're not together anymore, so you're not supposed to be checking in on each other. You're not part of each other's lives. You shouldn't be curious what they're up to. It doesn't affect you, and you shouldn't give them access to you. Most important part, they do not get access to you after they decide they don't want you in their life anymore, or you decide you don't want them in your life anymore. There's no access anymore. It's cut off. You're not available to them anymore, especially not in the way that you used to be. They break up with you, keep your head up high, leave with dignity, and if you already kind of messed up, don't worry about it. It's always from now onwards. You can still change the, I guess, path that you're taking, you know? If you already broke up and you've been messaging him for a while, it's fine. Start the no contact now. At this point, from this point forward, it will no longer be the same as before. And that's how you should take an approach with everything. It's not like when I mess up once, it's already too late. I messed up. No, if you broke up and it's been what, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months after, and you still haven't stopped talking to them, you can start today. Just because you didn't do it before doesn't mean you can't do it now. So I'll tell you a personal story. The most important thing is to not ruin your last impression. Obviously, it's just to leave with dignity and go. You know, don't act in a way that doesn't make you proud and doesn't reflect your actual character, because when you get emotional, when you're in love, you act embarrassing. You know, you do things that you don't think you would normally do. You start begging for them to stay, you start trying to keep them, you start trying to convince them not that it's a bad idea to leave you or whatever. No, that's your emotions and hormones talking. Just give yourself the space and distance you need to heal and get over it, because you were right the first time. You knew it wasn't good for you, so stick to your gut instincts. Don't fall for that, like, I don't know, sentimental, wishy-washy, I want him but like I know he's bad for me. Don't fall into that trap. Even if you do, get yourself out. It's okay. So my personal story. So during my last breakup, I was in a relationship with somebody who I thought I was going to be with for the rest of my life. And then it just, during that phase of our breakup, he became someone totally different than the person I thought he was. And that was really hard for me. So after my breakup, I was scared that my ex would see how miserable I was doing, and that he would move on with somebody else immediately. And that would have broken my heart, to be honest. Like, at the time, I thought like I was nothing without him. I thought without him I was worthless. And honestly, I let him stay in contact with me for a while, and it went horribly, as you can imagine. Even though I didn't want to stay in contact, I knew I needed a break to heal. And so not going no contact with your ex or blocking them is just going to slow down everything, all your progress, because it's giving them the power first to access you and also to control how you feel, most likely. If you were like me, just not having him blocked allowed him to control how I felt and controlled me. So I decided that I needed to block him for my own mental health. And even though it was so hard for me, like, before the no contact, I was embarrassing myself. Okay, I was trying to get him to talk to me, and I was trying to, like, it was embarrassing. And then I realized I needed to go no contact. And so I did, blocked him, everything, and I cried every day. I cried every night for a couple months, I think at least 3 months. And then when it hit the 4-month mark, okay, I started getting a little better. But despite all of that, like, sadness, that blocking him and going no contact saved me, because I started to accept that it was like a death, basically. Like, the person I knew that I thought he was dead, and that's just the truth. So I was experiencing like this grief and loss. I was crying every day, and I was hurt, and it was like this pain that I couldn't get out of me. It was stuck in my chest, and it was like no matter how much I talked about it, no matter how much I cried, expressed it, I felt like it would never leave my body. I thought my life was over. But I let myself feel it, and I basically accepted that there's nothing I could do about it. That version of him that I loved and was in my life never existed. He's dead. He's gone now. And that blocking helped me kind of feel that, like, feel the realness of the fact that the version of him that I saw in my head is gone. He's gone. And that's what you need. You need to treat it as a death. They're gone. They're out of your life. You can't contact them anymore. They're not a part of your life anymore, because this version that you know of them is not the reality. That's not who they are. And you need to accept the fact that it was your mind that made them great. It was you who made them great. It was all in your head, that ideal version of them, that one that you'll never find again. No, he never existed. It was all made up by you. So you have the power to, only you have the power to destroy that image. And you can destroy that image by accepting that this person is dead. They're gone. They were never real. Number 3 is the cringe tip that nobody ever wants to hear. Focus on yourself and how you can become the best version of yourself. So even if they never see it because they're blocked, they should be blocked. Even if they never see the progress you're making, you need to be making it for yourself. Why, you might ask? It is hard to see it in the beginning stages of the breakup because you don't care about anything except like how they're doing, what they're up to, and like if they can see how well or how not well you're doing. Like thinking about if they're thinking about you, thinking about if they're missing you, thinking if they want you back. Yeah, it's hard to think about during the beginning stages, but once you pass that initial block of are they thinking of me, you might be able to pick yourself up, and that's when you should start thinking, how can I become the best version of myself? Even if in the beginning it's you thinking like, I need to become the best version of myself so that they can see what they lost, that's fine. Use that as your motivation, because even if they can't see it, maybe that will help motivate you unconsciously. And you know what, eventually they will be curious how you're doing and they will see how well you're doing. And to get to that point, you need to put that energy into yourself. So what I did is I looked for ways to boost my confidence in my day-to-day life. Like I looked for little things I could start working on myself with. Like first I started journaling. That's all I could do because I was literally like, I was disabled by my breakup. Like I sat in bed for at least a month straight and I couldn't get myself to do anything. Just going to work was such a challenge for me. It was like if I could get through that part of the day, I knew I would be okay because I could sit in bed the rest of the day. I could cry. I can just sit there, watch TV shows, numb my mind. But then no, that wasn't enough after like a certain period of time. So then I started journaling. Journaling was good. And then I slowly stepped into like going out with my friends sometimes. And then I slowly stepped into looking for hobbies that I could try. Even if I hated them, when I was doing them, sometimes I'd even start crying. Like, I wouldn't want to be there, but I did it. And then I figured out some new things I liked. And then, okay, finally, I stopped crying all the time. I pushed myself to do something bigger. That was 4 months after, so I started to finally push myself to try some new classes. And that was really hard for me because that was me taking my first leap of faith in myself. I was like, okay, it's been 4 months since the breakup. I haven't done anything except just nothing. Like, I haven't done anything really. And I was like, I have to do it. And then I started the YouTube channel. And then, you know, I did all these little things. And now I'm living, it's been 6 months, and I've been living for myself. Like, I'm doing all these things for myself because I know it makes me happy. And I know that it makes me confident and proud of who I am. And so I do it and I continue to do it. Now it's for myself, even though he's still on my mind sometimes. And sometimes I wish he could see how well I'm doing. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to see how well I'm doing because I'm doing well. And once you start getting in that mindset, I'm doing well and I'm so happy just being with myself, being myself, you realize I survived this. I survived this. I can do it again. I can do anything really if I conquered this. Just get over that initial hump. And another thing that's common sense is that working on yourself and becoming a better version of yourself, like a version that you truly are proud of, and someone that, like, no matter what, they can't take that away from you, you are going to attract even better people. It's not going to be the same as your dusty, crusty ex who couldn't appreciate you for who you were, but now you're an even better version of yourself that you are proud of, that you built, and has nothing to do with them. It's like all yours, all self-made. And all these new opportunities will come to you. You're going to attract people that are like-minded to you from doing these things that you enjoy. You're going to attract new opportunities. You're going to meet new people. You're going to find all these things that you would have never found being stuck or in that relationship because you are doing it all for you and you don't need to think or worry about somebody else and like how they feel about what you're doing or their opinion on who you're talking to or who you're meeting, what you're doing, what you're wearing, what you're eating. That freedom to me was mind-blowing, life-changing. I felt like a whole new door unlocked, like a whole new path that would have never been able to been discovered or traveled opened up because of this breakup. Because of a breakup, the world is your oyster, basically. Like, opportunities are open. You're limitless, basically. And it sounds so much easier said than done, but shifting your focus from other people, like romantic interests and maybe even friendships, to yourself is a lot more rewarding, and it's very underrated. And I think it's often surrounded by a message of shame, especially with like being a girl and being from a I guess an immigrant background. Your parents are gonna shame you for just focusing on yourself instead of going out there and looking for a man, or going out there and focusing on giving all you can to your family and all that stuff. But focusing on myself has brought me way more personal growth, happiness, self-confidence, self-worth, motivation, love, everything. Like, my life is on a different level now because of the breakup and how I transformed through the breakup. And that's why I wanted to share this message, because I want to make sure that you guys get the same experience from your breakup and not just stay like the same person and stay depressed and stay like, what's wrong with me, having low self-worth after a breakup and thinking it's all your fault, or like there's something wrong with you. No, you should focus on yourself and figuring out what's best for you, and everything else should fall into place, and you just need to trust the process. And this is how I became so appreciative, I guess. I think it's just like being single. Being single there's so much to appreciate, because you're free. You're so free. There's nobody controlling you at all. There's nobody you have to worry about or think about. You just focus on building yourself, and you focus on what you like and what you want out of life. And I think, although that sounds like maybe you're becoming self-centered or becoming selfish, actually it's getting to know yourself at a deeper level. And for me, that was crucial. And for most people, they don't know themselves at a young age, especially in their young 20s. They don't know themselves. It's a bad idea to like get tied down and not know yourself, because you can easily be swayed and changed by other people's opinions, by what they want, by what they like, their interests, like, I'm free now to explore my interests and my own free will and figure out what I love and figure out what I want for my future. And that's gonna help me be in places that attract people that are similar to me. You know what I mean? And like, find way better opportunities for myself, unlock a whole new door. And I love it. I'm gonna attract people just like me. I would love to be surrounded by people that are like me and like-minded and understand me, and I know something good will come out of it. I'm gonna like address this rash, I think, on my face that I've been talking about. It's not going away. It's getting worse, and I don't know what to do about it. My mom has been putting me on this CeraVe lotion now, because she thinks it's good for skin with allergies and sensitive skin, so I put that on for 2 days. I don't know. I gotta take an allergy pill. Okay, last and final tip. It's a bit of a silly one, but it helped me as well. It is to spend the time and money that you spent on them, him, in my case, on yourself. So, yeah, love yourself. Whether that be with money or time, take yourself out on dates, buy yourself some nice food, buy yourself a nice, cute jacket. Gain your sense of self, figure out what you want, what you like, and don't settle for less, because once you treat yourself well, no dusty men are going to come near you, because they know they can't afford your lifestyle and they're not going to even try. So, are you sad on his birthday? Because I was bawling for like a week after my ex's birthday, because I didn't want to, I don't know, I just was reminded of all these memories of him, and I was crying. I was so sad, but then, I was sad, and then I spent that money that I would have spent on his birthday gift on myself. Look at this cute $100 Lululemon jacket. Look how cute it is. Makes me look snatched, and it looks amazing on me. Yeah, I didn't have to buy that. a gift for his birthday, and I spent it on myself. So all that money saved onto me because I deserve it. Don't message him, just cry it out, and then buy yourself a nice gift. And don't do this for all your exes, just the one that's traumatizing you the most, because then you're gonna probably be broke buying yourself gifts like many times a year. But for me, when my recent ex's birthday passed by, I bought myself a gift. And retail therapy works. Just saying, just use this tip very responsibly. Don't go crazy. Anyways, guys, I'm going out with my friends soon for lunch. We're gonna have tacos, and yeah, I guess this is the end of the video. Get my new purse. Oh yeah, also guys, I wanted to show you this new smiski I bought. I'm not the type to usually buy these, but look. I spent $20 on this for no freaking reason. I was just obsessed with the idea of being able to participate in this culture of girls who love smiskis and this culture, and I bought into it. It was like $20, and I never have ever bought a blind box before, and I don't know, I understand the addiction now. Gotta be a girl's girl. I'm gonna bring this to work and put it on my desk and try to become besties with all the girls at the office that know what this is, because I feel like all my friends love smiskis, and I want to meet more girls like them so I can have an even bigger support circle and they can all meet each other and we can all be friends. But I'm trying to attract the girls own smiskis. I'm gonna attract the girls. Anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and more videos just like this one should be coming next week.